everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Smile 2. I am a little excited. Just came out on streaming today. Today's Tuesday for me, so I was like, wow, I didn't know it was coming out so soon. I'm excited, and I'm not sure why. I have to look, but I don't think I gave the first one very high remarks. I thought it was going to be great, and I was disappointed from what I remember. But I don't remember yesterday, so who knows. But this is about somebody who's about to embark on a world tour. Global pop sensation Sky Riley begins experiencing increasingly terrifying and inexplicable events. Overwhelmed by the escalating horrors and the pressures of fame, Sky is forced to face her past. That doesn't tell us anything. Sorry, that's why you have me. That's why you watch me. This one's 7.1 on IMDb. 36,267 people rated it so far. Naomi Scott, Rosemarie DeWitt, okay. Lukas Gage is in it. Let's see. Some other, they look familiar, but Gallner, I like him. And Drew Barrymore is in it. Huh. All right. You know, so we got some peeps in it. I gave the original Smile a 6. I expected it to be better. Only gave it a 6. This one and the original Smile was a 6.5. Or it is a 6.5, I'm sorry, on IMDb. This is a 7.1, so this might be even better. But that's why I'm here. So one, I'll tell you what I think. So if you agreed with me on the first one, maybe you'll get some good ideas here. And or I could tell you more of really what it's about, because that synopsis is awful. So stick around, I'll let you know. Hey everybody. We're at the credits of Smile 2. I didn't realize it was 2 hours and 7 minutes long. I don't think I mentioned that in the beginning. But I now think I know why I didn't particularly care for the first one. And this one they like better. I'm surprised. It picks up right after the first one. So I had to actually Google and try and remember how did the first one end. And really, what was it all about? I know, shame on me. I have to do better at that because I couldn't remember what it was all about. But they do a good job of catching you. I didn't remember how it ended. A quick Google search will give you that, and then they pick up, right? And so it was funny because I thought maybe it was a movie starting at the end, like they normally do, or sometimes do. That's not the case. So we pick up from there and we move forward, and we get to the part with the pop singer, Sky, I think her name is, right? And and what happens with her, right? So how this happens to people. If you saw the first one, you get, right? And then it happens to her. And so interesting. I think that whole lead in to that was very interesting. With Lukas Gage is he's in this movie as well. It's all right in the beginning, and that gets interesting. Now, one of the things, the reason, so now this is Naomi Scott. She's playing Sky Riley, Riley, and she's a big pop singer. So she's trying to restart her career and get a concert going, or like a tour going. And of course, now all this stuff is happening to her. And what happens when you get this thing going on? You start to hallucinate, really, and start to blend reality with non-reality. Imagination? I don't know. So, really bad images and stuff like that, ultimately, until you go crazy and you do, you take care of yourself. That was in the first one. So if you're watching our movie review, it's not a spoiler alert, that's what actually happens in the first one. So just to help you, because I forgot, but that's what happens. So it progresses over time. So as you can imagine, as she's preparing to go on this world tour, things are getting worse and worse and worse. And for me, and the way I look at movies and things that I don't like, is when bad things continue to happen to people. And that's exactly what's going to happen to anybody. And it's like I said, it progresses. Just like in any other movie, when people just don't have the best of luck and, things just keep going bad and bad and bad. It's like, that just drives me crazy. So that was in the first one. And that's probably going to be in the second one. So it's like that kind of stuff. And the other piece, which again was in the first. So if you haven't seen the first one, You got to check that out, but it doesn't matter. I don't think you really need to see this one. This does a good job of explaining what's going on. But as I mentioned, when this thing takes over, you start to hallucinate and not just for the person, but for the viewer and the audience. You don't know what's real and what's not real, and that kind of drove me crazy. Like I'm like, okay, what's going on? And I don't know. You have to watch it and see what I mean. I don't want to go into any more detail, but they're the parts that just bother me. Not a bad thing. I mean, that's what they want to do. All of the things I've described is what the writers, the directors, and the producers. That's the idea of Smile and Smile 2, right? Just that's why I didn't like it. Now I remember those two things. I'm pretty sure because those two things they just drive me crazy. So, otherwise, interesting. Like I said, the beginning of it, as it builds to the point where it starts to annoy me, I thought it was really good and I liked it a lot. But it gets to the point where I guess I want to watch what's going on, but it irks me to have these bad things happening and to not know what's real, what's not, that I'm on my phone. So it's not like I'm not interested. I'm just perturbed or annoyed, and I don't want to watch it. Again, nothing wrong with what anybody made. It's just the type of thing that drives me crazy. It is creepy, and I think there's some visual things, maybe a couple of jumps here and there that make it fun, and which is cool. I do think, I don't know how to put this. I don't know. I'll say that at the end. I won't say any more. But there are other things that I didn't like about this film, other than the ones that I can tell you about without getting into spoiler alert. So there you go. I don't see how it was better than the first. I mean, I think it was a great job of just continuing what they did and making it, not worse than the first. So, but if you were a big fan of the first, you'll like this one. I'll put it that way. So let me jump into real quick one more thing, and I don't want to, if you haven't seen this one yet, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. I do like how they tell you, the guy's theory on what's going on. We still don't know where this thing is from. It's cosmic, possession, I guess is what it is. And okay, that's a little bit more. It's kind of weird. And we don't get that origin story, which I guarantee is next. The origin story, it's got to be, right? If not, it should be. And yes, I will watch that. But that piece, and then like the visualizations at the end with the, that was just weird. The alien type thing. I don't know what it was, the monster type thing, but that was the other piece that I didn't like. I like not seeing behind the curtain. You know what I mean? And I like the idea, the things that drive me crazy. But that was just like too far. And there was one other thing very similar. The whole ending piece. Once she goes on the cold slab, that until the end. I don't know, the monster thing, the pulling apart, like that stuff, it was just like, I don't know, too much, I think, for a movie that was already annoying me. So that's what I got. I don't know if I was helpful, but at least I shared what I thought. This is another 6er for me. Probably only a 6er because I think there's something there. It just, for other people to enjoy, it just bothers me. All right, that's it. Enough of that. Hopefully it was helpful. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.